If you brought a Bible, turn to the book of 1 Samuel, the 17th chapter. It's a familiar Bible story. I'm reading from the New Century Version translation for this presentation, and there's quite a few verses. Normally I won't read these many verses, but just bear with me, if you will, beginning with verse 32. David said to Saul, "Don't let anyone be discouraged. I, your servant, will go and fight this Philistine." Saul answered, "You can't go out against this Philistine and fight him. You're only a boy. Goliath has been a warrior since he was a young man." But David said to Saul, "I, your servant, have been keeping my father's sheep. When a lion or bear came and took a sheep from the flock, I would chase it. I would attack it and save the sheep from its mouth. When it attacked me, I caught it by its fur and hit it and killed it. I, your servant, have killed both a lion and a bear. This uncircumcised Philistine will be like them, because he has spoken against the armies of the living God. The Lord who saved me from a lion and a bear will save me from this Philistine." Saul said to David, "Go, and may the Lord be with you." Saul put his own clothes on David. He put a bronze helmet on his head and dressed him in armor. David put on Saul's sword and tried to walk around, but he was not used to all the armor Saul had put on him. He said to Saul, "I can't go in this because I'm not used to it." Then David took it all off. He took his stick in his hand and chose 5 smooth stones from a stream. He put them in his shepherd's bag and grabbed his sling. Then he went to meet the Philistine. At the same time, the Philistine was coming closer to David, the man who held his shield walking in front of him. When Goliath looked at David and saw that he was only a boy, tanned and handsome, he looked down on David with disgust. He said, "Do you think I'm a dog that you're coming at me with a stick?" He used his God's names to curse David. He said to David, "Come here, I'll feed your body to the birds of the air and the wild animals." But David said to him, "You come to me using a sword and 2 spears, but I come to you in the name of the Lord All-Powerful, the God of the armies of Israel. You have spoken against him. Today the Lord will hand you over to me. I'm going to kill you and cut off your head. Today I'll feed the bodies of the Philistine soldiers to the birds of the air and the wild animals. Then all the world will know there's a God in Israel. Everyone gathered here will know the Lord does not need swords or spears to save people. The battle belongs to him, and he will hand you over to us." Amen. And this is my Bible, God's holy word. It is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. The grass withers, the flowers fade, but the word of our God shall stand forever. This is my Bible. This is my weapon, the sword of the Spirit. Amen. I want to talk about a cooperative venture. A cooperative venture. This Bible story is one that all of us have either read in Sunday school as children or at least heard of in our lifetime. The name Goliath has become iconic for anything that is gigantic, intimidating, opposing, and even formidable, that one might come up against in life. And when we are faced with the Goliath of life, whether they be individuals, institutions, corporations, even government, being like a David, we look for divine intervention so that we can be victorious over these foes. We, those who are called by his name, we look for God to fight for us in the valleys of life and give us victory over our Goliaths. That is exactly what happened in this story, but be mindful of the fact that God did not do it alone. David's victory was won through a cooperative venture. As a backdrop to this story, the Bible records for us that King Saul, he is reigning over Israel at the time of this text, and his nation is at war against the Philistines. The record also says that there was a man of Bethlehem named Jesse who had 3 boys who were serving in Saul's army. One day, Jesse instructed the youngest boy, David, to go to the battlefield and check on the welfare of his brothers. He asked the boy to take with him some parched corn for his brothers and to take some cheese for the captain of the host of the army.